Okay, just a little touch up. Well, it's going to take forever. How do you even know when it's on there right? I guess you just eyeball the 45 degrees. There has to be a better way. I'm working on a project here. I have a piece of a peach tree, one that I planted back in about 1986. And it died a couple years ago, and I cut a limb off of it. And I grabbed a chunk of it. I'm working on a project that I need to do some turnings, and I thought that peach wood would be pretty. So I grabbed it up and used a draw knife to get the bark off of it and put it in a lathe and started trying to turn it. And the tool that I'm using is a roughing gouge. And it just is not cutting. You'll notice here that there's hardly anything flying. I can't hardly even make the part round. And you notice that it's hanging up in the lathe. See how the speed of it changes as it turns there and it gets caught up. And just not having a good effect trying to cut it with that tool. At this point, I decide it's time to sharpen the tool. Okay, so I have that entire face rough ground. I don't know if you can see the facets on there, but I have them pretty small and they're pretty even. But what I'm looking for is a wire edge. It's hard to see it, but if you watch this piece of paper as I get to the end there, you'll see it catches. Watch it. See it catch right there? It's catching on that wire edge. And it's pretty even all the way across. Probably thinnest right up there at the end, but it does happen to catch it just a little bit. So now they have that wire edge on there. I'm going to go ahead, regrade the stone to a finer stone, and I'm going to take those facets that I have on there and blend them in so the radius is nice and smooth. And that'll get it ready for us to polish it, and should be ready to cut like a knife. The smooth stone, I think 400 grit, but don't hold me to that. Okay, that should do it. Does next to no wear whatsoever on this stone. I don't know what it's made of, but it's harder than that one. Okay, so shouldn't make near as much sound now as I grind on it. All right, with one little pass on there, look how much more it shines now. Can I get the light just right? Can you see how much more it shines? The facets have started to blend together. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up getting this done, and then I'll show you how we hone it. Those are leather. In order to get the honing compound to embed in the leather, you put oil on it. So it doesn't take a lot of this. And these are a little harder to get the compound on. I don't know what the grit is. This is a Tormek brand, and honing compound for leather honing wheels. Okay. So got two processes here that we're going to do. One of them is we're going to polish that edge, and then the last one, that'll be the flat stone here. Okay, Then we'll take that profile stone there and we'll remove that wire edge from the inside. That's the plan. Setup process here is the same. You coat this edge with a marker. This is a smaller diameter stone, so you can't just transfer the setting. Even if they were the same diameter, this one wears, this one doesn't. So eventually they won't be the same diameter. So you put that on there. Got it all coated in black. Can you see the black coating on the edge? Someplace in there you ought to be able to see it. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing here. I have it where I think it might work. Okay. Real plain to see on this. Let me turn it off. Real plain to see on this. If I can get it in the light for you. There's only hitting here on the heel. It's not hitting out here on the end. Means it has to come out. How far? I don't know. We'll try that far. See if that does any better. I brought it up about halfway, so I got to go about, now wait a minute. Nope, I got to go just a little bit farther. So let me loosen these up. There. See how that works. Yeah, it's riding all the way up. So now, I just spend a little time and polish this out. Pretty close. That thumping in there is the seam in the leather. It wears down, and it's much smaller than it was when I first got it. But it'll take a while to get perfectly smooth. And I really don't have enough experience with these to tell you whether or not they ever get perfectly smooth. But it doesn't hurt a thing. Yeah, that's polishing up decent. Maybe one more pass. Okay. That seems to have polished off pretty good. We'll clean it up just a little bit and we'll get a look at it. That is compound and oil. Might have a little leather in it. But let's see. Let's wipe her off. See what we got. There's a few facets still left in it. So I'm going to hone it a couple more times. Before I pull that wire edge off. Just a few more times. Alright. Got that shined off there pretty well. I don't know if you can see it or not. But it's pretty clean. Most of the facets are blended. Wouldn't say they're all gone, but they're blended, and that's fine with me. So now I need to take that wire edge off. You can hear it, feel it disappear off there. There she is. Should be, well, got a little bit right there still. Okay. That should do it. Take it over to the lathe. See if it cuts any better. Well, you gotta admit, I got this just about rounded, but you gotta admit, this is a mighty ugly piece of wood. This is a gallery in here. Right in here. For, I assume that was ants. That's an ant gallery. See it going down through there. Okay. Here's the other part of it here. Goes down along here, back over to here. And there's part of it there. Okay, that's another ant gallery. Here's a piece of one. I don't know how deep it goes. No, it's just right in there. And look at this one. Goes way in there. Comes out this end down here, right here. See where my pencil pen's going in there? There's another one there. Still just a touch of the outside inner bark on it. There's another one goes down, ant gallery goes in there. Got a, I don't know what that is. That might be another one, but I can't tell till I get to it. Got a knot down here. Kind of an ugly piece of wood, wouldn't you say? Another one there. Let's see what we can make out of this. Another one there. Okay, as rough as this is, look at that. dust. I think a lot of that dust in there is ant poop. Well, we've still got quite a few of those ant. Don't know if we're going to run out of them or not. Maybe totally through it. But one way or the other, it's going to be interesting. Past that knot. Alright, so I know this tool will cut. Let's check out that parting tool. Gotta lower it. There we go. Now it should cut. All right. Dropped it. Rounded over that end. Oh well.
Didn't have anything better to do anyway. So this is part of another project I'm working on. Just thought today, go ahead and get a look at what the inside of this wood's gonna look like, see what challenges there were with it, and I think I learned that there's gonna be a few. And while I was at it, get my tools sharpened and back in shape. So I'm gonna put this back on that sharpener and hit it again. Just a little bit more. It's getting close. So that's with a coarse stone. I need to turn the coarse stone into a fine stone. And you do that with what they call a grading stone. A grading stone will change it from a 120 grit on this side to a 400 grit. So I'll go ahead and do that. Oops. Hear how much less it's taking off now than it was before? Doesn't take much. Still a couple of lines in there, so let me go across it a couple more times. Alright, nice even shine on that surface. Try one more pass, got just one more line left. Oh yeah, I like that. Do the other side. Okay, that's pretty good. Have a wire edge on it. So what I do, take a piece of wood and draw it across there. That'll pull the wire edge off. Now I can set up over here and use a polishing wheel. That'll bring that point out where it'll cut like, well, like a knife. Okay, this is supposed to be a 55-degree angle. It's pretty close. Wanted to check that before I polished it, because if it's off, I'd have to get in there, reset, and regrind. But I think it's pretty close. So, what I do now is take a magic marker here, mark that edge. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to turn her on and set this so that this distance takes that off. All right, it's from front to rear, it's taking it off. So that's the right depth. Okay, so now I'll lock that in and hone it. Oh yeah. Yep, not a scratch on it. Do the other side. Okay. All right. Let's go see how she cuts. Okay. The parting tool. See if she cuts better after she's sharp. Oh yeah, mild. Parting tool is that it's very, very thin out here on this edge. Okay, you do not want to heat that up and turn it blue. Say it cuts great. Success again. I love my Tormek. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you don't mind, would you go ahead and poke that like button?
Thank you.